advice on immigration, and we are not responsible for advising you what is the best dream for you. But once you are destined to, once you have applied and started the process and possibly destined to arrive to Nova Scotia, we can then take on the active role in providing you with services. So, meaning that if you are just thinking about coming to Nova Scotia, yes, consider us. It's a lovely place to live and a really nice group of people to hang out with and have as neighbors. But if you have not actually started the process, we won't be able to work with you just yet. So as soon as you apply, as soon as you get that first acknowledgement to say, thank you for your application, these are the steps you need to do next, we can start thinking about providing you with services. So pre-arrival, not yet in Canada, permanent residence, applicant in process, approved to immigrate. You may also hear us mention things like if you have nomination, we can start providing you with services. If you're waiting statutory things like security checks or maybe health checks and things like that, we can also do the services. And if you are in any of the processes that have not applied for yet, we can help you with different programs and different services as well. So who is eligible for ISANS pre-arrival services? Again, I think it's a little bit dominated by Nova Scotia Office of Immigration or have received approval from Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, to immigrate to Canada. But maybe have not let yet. So you're not in Canada physically. As have started a form of immigration procedure to receive the pre-arrival services. As you can only imagine, pre-arrival services are offered online. And we have been offering online services for many, many years now, not just because of COVID or the situation that's happening. So we are very comfortable in doing long distance and pre-arrival and online work. So many of our programs have been tailored to fit the needs and be able to be offered pre-arrival. And just because some service is a pre-arrival doesn't mean it does not continue. Many services continue once you arrive. So you can also see that we have lots of pre and post-arrival programs and services offered as well. How we do it? Many of our programs are very much so based on client-centered, meaning we have heard our clients. We talk to our clients, we do assessments, we do evaluations of our programs. And if there is any gaps, needs, things that clients are saying, we need this, we would like that, more of this, more of that, we listen and we definitely adjust and work on creating new programs or adjusting the existing programs. Strength-based, meaning that we truly believe that you are responsible of your own that if we are not going to do things to you, but that you're active participant in your immigration, your settlement, to learn things you would like to learn. And so it's very strength-based. Customized and strategic programs are so varied that we feel we are able to tackle all different level languages, all different levels of settlement process, whether you or different educations, experiences, backgrounds. So there is many of different programs are quite customized for different groups of immigrants that we serve. We are also very flexible, responsive, accessible. So by all means, we welcome any questions, comments. Just contact, let us know what's going on for you, and we'll see how we can accommodate you in those programs and services. All our programs are quite integrated and so on. Grounded partnerships. I think it's worth to exist without partnerships, whether it's government on the provincial or federal level, whether it's other organizations that we closely work with, or even our volunteers. Many of our programs are based on contributions or of skilled, experienced volunteers who have main desire to contact and work with our newcomers and new arrivals and want to share their expertise and their knowledge. So the best way to do it, for starters, simply visit our site, isans.ca. I think it's very easy to navigate through it. You will see all the different units that we work with. So settlement, employment, business, community, depending on your needs, you can read about many of our to contact us, who to contact, and those kinds of things. Or if you would just, if you have a question and you want to start the process, feel free to contact us at intake@isans.ca.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tanya. Great description. And I know it's a very tricky process. Like, whenever you are doing the immigration process, it's lengthy, it's different. And Tanya said that we are not experts or responsible for the immigration process, but definitely we can help you when you are interested or once you are ready to receive the services. So, any information about immigration, like it's better to connect with Nova Scotia Office of Immigration or IRCC, and those are the right organizations to start the process with. So, with the pre arrival services, as Tanya said, we offered a holistic approach to providing clients with pre arrival services because, as an immigrant coming to Nova Scotia, you could save at least 6 months of job search process whenever you complete some of the programs or most of the programs offered. So you can do your intake needs assessment and settlement plan before you arrive, and once you learn about like the that you have been approved as a nominee, once you receive a letter of nomination saying you are approved to come to Nova Scotia, you can start receiving the services. And if you like when you receive the package from Nova Scotia Office of Immigration saying you have been nominated, they include in this one a letter saying contact ISANS to start the process and to start preparing yourself. So once you do, don't wait for all the papers and all the medical checks, etc., to start receiving services. Start connect with us as soon as possible. So pre-arrival programs or counseling to clients going anywhere to the province. So if you are wherever you are, we can provide you with employment counseling, we can provide you with language counseling, we can provide you with settlement orientation, business startup, and additional services as needed. So, for example, one of the very familiar programs is the Orientation to Nova Scotia program. It's an online workshop where you can learn about life in Canada, family life and parenting, housing and apartment living, healthcare, public transportation, education and training, banking and managing your finances, how to look for employment, the Canadian law, recreation and internment, and government programs and services. I heard from so many clients pre arrival who said, when completed the orientation, when I arrived, I felt like that I have been here. It seems that I lived here before, so it became not so inferior or not so strange to them, and it was amazing feeling. So some of the services that we could offer before arrival, like you can learn English. So we offer a variety of language programs for immigrants in Nova Scotia through 90 active classes and 20 specialized programs. So like all those programs are available on site, like in person. But with COVID-19, we started offering all of those online, and the language programs depend. So once you register, they will provide you with an assessment, language assessment. If you have an IELTS score, they will compare it towards the Canadian language benchmark, and they will decide which courses are good for you. And if you don't have IELTS score, they will do some kind of a pre-arrival online assessment, and it will be provided to make sure that you are at what level you will need the training. Uh, so I'm just going to go back to the language. Like, whenever you are attending, once you have confirmed your language scores, you can have access to different programs in language, like soft skills, like Canadian workplace culture, like, or what other courses, Tanya, that are available online? Email writing. I can't hear you.
Yes, I'm sorry, I muted myself.
Yeah,
It's the programs that are in all four different language skills. So anything related to reading, writing, listening,
writing,
and speaking.
and speaking.
They have number of lessons, videos, practices, so that you can improve your skills.
Exactly. So, and there are also profession specific language courses, but those are done by a referral. So, finding employment, I know that you will not find a job like when you are back home, staying home, but what you can do, uh, you can learn everything you need to become job ready. So, first of all, you can meet with an employment counselor who could meet with you one on one, like, or one on one online, to provide you with information about the licensure process in your field, provide you with the help in writing your resume, right? Like learning about the employment demand in Nova Scotia and what kind of positions are available. Help you like even collect all the documents needed to start the pathway to licensure and to start in your regulated occupation if you are in regulated occupation, and if not, how to get your credentials assist even before arrival through going through World Education Services or ICAS, any of the certification bodies available across the country. So last year we had over about 240 newcomers who participated in employment programming before they arrived, and 208 of them gained jobs within less than 6 months. Some of them had jobs like starting a week after, because we do not stop at employment counseling. Once you do the employment counseling, you are referred to a set of programs. You are referred to job search preparation workshop. It's an online facilitated program. You are referred to learn how about the Canadian workplace culture. What are my rights as an employee? What are my obligations? How do I get paid? Why do they deduct tax from me? What is the tax going for? Because this culture is completely different in different countries. Like why do I have to pay tax? Well, we are we pay tax here because we don't pay for education, we don't pay for healthcare, we don't pay for the roads or like fixing the roads. So all this money is taken from the taxes. So it's really important for people to understand what does it mean, and why when my salary is 50,000, why am I getting 45,000? It's because of the tax. You will learn as well about like the real job search process. What does it mean to write a resume? What does it mean to target my resume to a specific job? What does it mean to target my resume to and my cover letter to a specific employer? So all of this learning will make you more confident, and you will become better prepared to access the labor market. You will have an opportunity to join a program in your specific occupation. For example, if you are in the medical field, or if you are in nursing, if you are in pharmacy or dentistry or accounting and finance, there are programs for you where you can join those programs online, and to learn about how is it done, how is the job done in a Canadian environment. If I want to become licensed in my field, what does it take, and how do the exams look like? What do I need to improve to get into those exams? So it's a holistic approach, and so when you are working with an employment counselor from the first time, this person can work with you on an action plan to continue the process, hopefully before you arrive. And once you arrive, you could continue the supports and the services you have started. So we want just like to go through some of the pre-arrival employment and bridging services. As I said, you can have employment counseling, which is the main starting point. Everybody needs to start with an employment counselor who could work with them on their action plan. It's the RTWAP is Return to Work Action Plan, and who could make referrals to internal and external services and programs. Everybody will be referred to job search strategies workshop. If your language level is level 5 plus or IELTS level 5, you can easily access the search strategies. You will be referred to working in Canada and Canadian workplace integration programs. You can join any of the bridging programs I talked about for physicians, for nurses, pharmacists, dentists, and finance and accounting. The Bridge to Work program is something else where you you will be able to access once you arrive, but sometimes maybe it's easy for you to start by learning that to get into an entry level position, you may need to complete the safety training required to access any entry level job. So, like first aid, fire safety, and women's training, those are required for most of the clients getting into any job, either related to entry level healthcare or construction or manufacturing. Uh, we also provide direct employment referrals to employers. We are partners. So, for example, we are working with more than 700 employers within ISANS. That means that when a client is job ready, and when you prove that you went through all the job search preparation, you are confident job seeker, you completed your practice interview, and you met with a professional in your field who said, here we go, you are really good to go, you answered all the questions properly, then the employment counselor will feel, I can refer you now to employers. I can put my name behind you, and I'm sure that you will be successful. So we provide direct referrals to employers. Of course, once you are job ready, this is not a must, but we do it whenever uh, there's an employer demand. But if you are meeting with your employment counselor, part of what they do is job development, and that's the employer referrals. I spoke about practice interviews, but practice interviews could be done in two different ways, and all of those could be done also pre arrival. So you can do it as training one on one with one of the practice interview coordinators, and we can do it in a different way where you will have access to a professional in your field who can provide you with the practice interview. And those are usually recorded, and you will have an opportunity to watch yourself and listen to your answers, and then realize, where did I make the mistakes. uh, so, okay, am I breaking out? Is my Can you hear me?
I can hear you much. For me, it was working, but maybe it's not for the rest of
Oh,
them.
okay. So just I'm gonna continue if everything is okay. So, like with the practice interviews, as I said, you will receive feedback from the practice interviewers, and this is usually written or by email, and then you will learn how to do it. The other thing that we are doing, we have an online skills match tool. It's a recruitment tool where employers share their job postings, and you will be once you are ready, you will put your profile on this skills match tool, and employers will the system by itself will match you with to the jobs that are posted. So employers may find, oh, there are 10 accountants who posted their jobs or their profiles, and I'm gonna contact them. They look at your profiles, and they could connect with you directly to offer you a job. So it really makes sense not to offer you a job, of course, to start an interview process, but it really makes sense for you once you complete all your programs and once you feel job ready to share your profile on Skills Match online. So post-arrival services, all what you have done, like what we talked about in the previous slide, applies. But in addition to those, we offer additional programs. So, for example, we have an engineering or architecture on the job competency assessment. This is a 3 months on the job where you can learn you can demonstrate your skills to engineering employers. In so many cases, 80% of the times, clients are hired with the host employers. So it's a good way to invest in getting into your field. If you are in a trade and you feel that, okay, I am in a trade, but I did it back home in the Philippines and I didn't know how it looks like here, we can get you into a 3 months on the job practical assessment where you can work under supervision of a journey person who will assess your competencies and your knowledge and who could say you are at level 1 or you are at level 4 according to uh, the apprenticeship level, and maybe you can write the journey person exams. This is great because once you become a journey person or licensed in your own trade, trades are one of the best, like is the some of the best occupations or trades in Nova Scotia and in Canada in general. There is a huge demand for trades clients, whether they are automotive technicians, carpenters, uh, welders, machinists, sheet metal workers, construction electricians, etc. There is a demand for clients with the education and experience in this field. So our job is to help you once you arrive to demonstrate your skills with employers, and in so many cases continue the training and write the final exams. We also offer on-site recruitment sessions. So if you arrive, let's say, if you start your job search process 6 months before you arrive, you are job ready, and you arrive to Nova Scotia today, in a week there is a session with Royal Bank to hire accountants or financial workers. You will be eligible for that because you have completed all the preparation needed to meet with this employer and show your and get an interview hopefully with that. We also one of the main things as well is that we concentrate on specific language courses. We all know that we conduct our occupations or our jobs with our own language. So learning the profession specific communication, let's say in the healthcare field or engineering or in trucking, whatever the field is crucial for your success. So once you arrive, or if we can have those courses, if the courses are available pre-arrival, please join those courses and be diligent in completing them because they will help you in moving at least one level up in your Canadian language benchmark assessment. Professional practice placements, those also will happen only once you arrive to Nova Scotia, and this is to provide you with 6 week on the job placement. The beautiful thing about it that you will have an opportunity to demonstrate your skills within 6 weeks to the employer, and this is like a 6 week interview where you can say, I am the right person for the job you are having. So it's a great way for you to build your networks and showcase your skills. We also offer translation services. If you have any documents to be translated, with translation services pre arrival, please complete any translation before you arrive. It's cheaper for you and try to concentrate on the translation services in your country that are approved by ICC, by our federal government and our provincial government. Because if you do the translation with an organization that's not approved or not recognized by the Canadian government, you may have to do it again. So it will be cheaper for you to start the translation process, especially if you have credentials that needs to be like you need to translate document by document, or you need to translate the syllabus of your studies at the university. This is a lot of translation and it could be a fortune to do it. But if you start pre-arrival, your chances like it will be much better and you will be more prepared. Professional mentorship batches, those could happen pre-arrival as well, but also it's available in person where you could meet somebody in your field and who could introduce you to the way your job is done in a Canadian environment. We offer also immigrant youth employability programs. So for the youth clients who are at the age of 15 to 30, you can join our programs post arrival. And we also offer a lot of wage subsidy programs that are whether for refugees or for clients who are coming as skilled workers through Nova Scotia Start or Employment Nova Scotia. So i- we are very keen on supporting self-employed clients or people who are entrepreneurs, innovative, and wants to start their own businesses. So before you arrive, you can receive support in business counseling, you can receive business training, you can receive professional mentorship with a business owner who could just tell you, like, if you want to start in this business, that's what you have to keep in mind whenever you start preparing. So those courses are available for you, and you can see that we provide services and at all stages of the business startup and development. Last year, we had 102 new businesses started. And the great thing about the immigrants starting their own businesses, they do not close after 1 year. They are in business for many years. And we notice that they are not like they have been there for 3 and 5 years and they continue in their fields. Uh, Keep up to date, like, it's really, we are presenting today on Facebook and you are joining us through Facebook. So the more you stay connected to social media, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you will hear all the time about the ongoing support available, about what new programs are available, how can we help you in so many ways. So keep an eye on what's going on. Go to the ISANS Facebook or any of the links here that, like, with the current way of the technology and all the COVID-19 online, how can I say, like, culture, everybody needs to do that, like, and to stay connected. Tanya, do you want to take this on?
Sure, as I already mentioned, if you visit IMMIGRATING, you will have the opportunity to see many of our services, many of these things that Moja and I talked about, in addition to all other programs that you may access, you or your family members that may be able to access pre or post arrival. Um, Under Find Employment tab, you will see all of our job search related soaps, as well as you'll be able to look into our facts, statistics, reports, publications, and so on. I think if anything that what we really want you to get out of this 30-minute video today is that preparation before you arrive to Canada is essential, and it pays back tenfold in a sense that clients who take pre-arrival services, once they arrive, are much more ready, much more oriented, don't know exactly what they need to do, what's their next step, and how to proceed with whatever their plan in settlement is. And we truly believe that these services are helpful in that sense. So definitely check out our videos, stories, news, our events calendar for different types of events, presentations, workshops, and so on. Again, you can reach us at if you need more info at isans.ca, or directly if you want to talk to Monja and I or have questions that are directly employment related, employment underscore services at isans.ca. Um, Online, Moja, if you can, maybe
Sure.
there was a question related to AI. So maybe the AIPP is a little bit doing things differently now with the COVID and whatnot. I have to admit I am not 100% updated. But part of this question was, would we assist clients in looking for an employer to immigrate to Nova Scotia? I think I posted
Okay.
an answer. I'm not sure, my connection wasn't very good if that answer came through or not. But role of ISANS is mostly in providing settlement plan to already selected clients. So if employer has indicated an immigrant they want to bring over, whether it's one individual or a family, our ISANS settlement will help them develop a settlement plan. And we can continue working with dependents in many other programs and aspects, whether it's language or other job search supports or youth programs and so on, so on. So unfortunately, ISANS doesn't play a role of matching AIP designated employers with immigrants who are planning on going through this process. So until that happens, we don't really play a big role. So I hope
I
this
agree,
is a
Tanya.
okay answer. Okay.
I'm,
Um,
yeah, and I just say something? Like it's really difficult to do that because as a settlement organization or an immigrant serving organization, we work with people who are approved, and the funding we receive is to support people who are approved. Otherwise, if we open the door, like, and we start providing matching, like, unapproved clients, this is a huge business that is not, it's a business that is not we are involved in. But once you are, let's say, as an IIP accepted into to the province, or accepted to work with an employer, they give you the job offer, all your family members, like your spouse, your dependent children, like, independent children who are 15 plus, they can be eligible for our services, and they will receive all of it. So uh, unfortunately, as Tanya said, it's not in our mandate to provide services, and we receive those emails every day. Like, I am a
yeah.
physician from Nigeria, and I need to immigrate. Can you help me? I wish we can. The reality that people need to go through the immigration process, and it's not in our capacity to help in any of this those aspects. Do we have
If you
other
guys have any
questions?
other questions, I haven't really seen anything else posted.
Okay. If there,
Okay. I doesn't seem like there is many questions now. Well, thank you so much for hearing us out. Again, pre-arrival services are available. As long as you have studied your process, please reach to us. Our intake will be able to tell us either at info@isans.ca. Go on our site. There is a link on how to register. Our intake
mhm.
staff will be able to tell you based on your immigration status what you would be eligible for and how to access those specific services, whether it's settlement questions, language related, employment, or business. We are here to help you.
Please, please start early. Please start early. This is really the key for your success.
Thank you all.
Thank you.